Welcome to another episode of Ball Chat Podcast. I am your host, Junior, or one of the hosts, and normally I have Benton right beside me. I have Camon that's being remote, but due to the circumstances of COVID-19, we are doing everything remote. So I am Junior, Benton, Camon, and we have a special guest, actually two special guests, but one special guest is on right now, Jermaine. So, but Benton, what's going on, family?
We're doing well, doing well. Welcome, football lovers. The first episode of Ball Chat Social Distancing. Regin, everybody that all over the place. Look, come on, they're firing. Come on, how you doing? What?
I'm good. I'm good.
How is the social distancing going? Come on. You're
Oh,
far from the studio.
oh, that too, and far from everybody else.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
We will see. We will see. Jeremy and family, welcome to the Ball Chat family studio, Ball Chat show live, discussing football itself. How you doing? How's the family handling?
Everything.
Social isolation. Is this
Yeah,
what it is now?
definitely some social isolation going on. Try to go out a couple times outside, and definitely have to be going back inside because of this COVID-19 situation. But yes, thanks for having me on. I appreciate it. Appreciate the
Yeah, man.
invite a lot.
And welcome. And Jeremy, where actually are you streaming us from? Where are you joining us from?
I'm in Florida.
In Florida. Okay, let's hopefully Florida won't get locked down. I know you guys have quite a few cases down here in Florida. So stay off the beach, Jeremy.
I'm gonna try. Tempting to go there, but yeah, they closed down the beaches as of 5 o'clock last week Friday, so nobody able to go to the beach or anything like that. So it's closed down.
Okay. So engineer, you're good. Hailing from which part you live again? College Park, not Georgia. In the
Not
mountains, not the
Georgia.
bush. How you doing, engineer?
We're good enough. You remember last week when we talked about having the red ants and the black ants and put a sugar cube in the middle and watch them play football?
Yeah.
Yeah, that experiment had failed, so I'm gonna try something else soon.
that did not work.
No, it didn't work.
Well, Junior, we're gonna tell you that it wouldn't work, football family. All right, so football lovers, welcome to another episode of Ball Chat Podcast, where we try to discuss or try to touch on the major news in the world of football. Of course, the major news is all centered around COVID-19 and the current pandemic, and that's affecting the global community. So football is on the back burner, but we're trying to provide some fun and lively discussion for the next hour or so. Hopefully we'll have a professional guest, a professional player who's might join us later on in the discussion. He was slated to join us, so hopefully we'll join in. But one of the things that Ball Chat is always about and was born out of this idea of interacting with fans and people of the sport. So Jermaine is joining us there, and he's going to give us some insight of how he got attracted to football, what made him love football, at what age did he start, and which team he fully supports. So we're going to center that discussion around Jermaine at the top of the show. We'll talk about some of the major news also in the world of football, and then we'll wrap up the show with some, try to bring a couple positive news in the world. How footballers are helping the fight against this current situation, and how football clubs are affecting or trying to make a difference in their local communities. If you're watching us on Island Sports Network, Ball Chat Podcast YouTube page, Island Sports Network YouTube page, or Ball Chat YouTube Facebook page, send on your questions or comments. It's a fascinating and fantastic interaction as always, and we foster that. We definitely foster that interaction. So, kicking it off, come on, before we even talk to Jermaine, what's going on in terms of football? Any major news coming from your side of the pond in terms of football and developments this week? I know the English Premier League moved the tentative start date to April 30th. Any other major news on your end?
Well, the last thing we heard about Premier League was that they wanted to start June 1st.
Okay.
And play and still even play all their games, their remaining games, and still start in August for the next new season. So we're going to see how that goes. And then the Real Madrid ex-president Lorenzo Sanz, He was 76 years old, I think. He died. I think they're saying from the coronavirus, but he had some underlying issues. I think that's what they're saying, that the virus coupled with any underlying issues, it seems to be deadly. So thoughts and prayers to his family, because he lost his life due to the virus. Other of the things that we were seeing, that Barcelona agreed, the players agreed to take a pay cut. It's surprising, because you would think like a big club like Barcelona would have reserves. I mean, why would you ask players to take a pay cut? They're also
Come on and streaming from yeah. Go ahead.
Sorry. Yes, I'm sorry. Yeah, Germany. I've talked to Merkel about
about the internet,
Wi-Fi. But I heard that some of the grassroots clubs, that like the third division or fourth division in England, they're also hoping that something will turn around, because they're not going to get any money and they might have to fold. Same thing with Germany, with the third division. I saw an article that says that they're not going to get any money, or they think they're not going to get any money from the governing body to help streamline or to fill a gap. So maybe players will have to take a pay cut or furlough or whatever. So it's on the financial end, it looks really bad for like big clubs asking players to take pay cuts. So can you imagine a smaller club with maybe a smaller budget and don't have as much money in reserve? So it's really troubling. And then again too, I haven't heard anything about any teams in Red Stripe Premier League, but you can just imagine how some of those teams, some of those players are not getting paid.
Yes. So it's a very tricky situation. But again, we just want to highlight some of the things that's going on with the world of football as it relates to the pandemic. We know that life trumps all, or trumps football any day of the week. So that's more important. And right now we're trying to focus on that. Jermaine, before we talk to you about some of the things that we have you on the show, I know Euro 2020 is out for this year. Your thoughts on the impact that this pandemic has affected the sport? I mean, and how are you adapting to not having the weekly games on?
I mean, to tell you the truth, I have my alarm set at 7:00, so I could get up and make sure I'm ready to watch a 7:30 Premier League early game, and like my alarm going off and I'm turning on the TV and I can't see a game. I mean, it definitely affects, all of the football fans all over the world, with this virus, with the league shutting down one by one, with the players getting affected with the virus and keeping up to see if they recover from the virus. I think one of the first players to get it was the Chelsea player, correct?
Yes. Yeah, I think Hudson-Odoi was one of the first players to get it. Yeah.
And just to it got serious. And like the whole everything is on lockdown. No sporting events. When I stop watch soccer or football, there's another event I could probably turn on the TV and probably get to learn or to watch, but there's nothing.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to find yourself picking up special projects around the special projects around the house, and trying to keep yourself busy. The time where you're sitting in front of your television watching the football games, the exciting games, the Real Madrid versus the Barcelonas, the Man U's versus the Man Cities, Arsenal versus the Tottenhams, all the derby games, then Lazio versus Roma. Those games are you're gone. And for Europe, I mean, to be cancelled, I mean, a big sporting event for the whole continent of Europe, where, you have players emerging in their different leagues as top players now and, willing to shine for their country come Euro, they can't.
Yeah.
I mean, Euro, those competitions is a money booster for the players. Yeah. You perform well in those tournaments, another team might pick you up and buy you for a specific amount of money. Case in point, Iceland.
Yeah.
They played very well.
Yeah.
And a lot of their players got bought.
Yeah.
This type of platform is no longer there for them to show.
Yeah.
Because there's some of these players playing lower leagues that, like, come on, just said they can't get paid.
Yeah.
So if they can't get paid, they can't play. So they're gonna be stagnant and stuck in one place. So I mean, it's definitely a bad trickle down effect from top all the way down to the bottom. And I'm sorry for the clubs who can't pay their players. I mean, Barcelona taking a pay cut. That's admirable. I would say, hey, the money is not coming in. Save it.
Yeah.
Not a bad thing. But I'm sure those players get paid enough in that they can be able to do so. But I'm sure they'll be paid back, 10 times 4 when the season starts back, because I'm sure the stadiums will be packed.
Yeah.
So that's my take on it.
Yeah. So, Engineer Junior, your thoughts. You said that you predicted that there won't be any football anytime soon. You still hold true to that prediction, Junior, based on what you've seen with the recent development of this, And before you answer, Junior, I want to big up Halib Karibe Tizigib. Say my name, bro. I want to hear it on your accent. Hopefully I didn't show up your name, football family. Halibe, hailing with us. Big up yourself. Welcome to Ball Chat Podcast. But Junior, you said that you don't think there'll be any more football anytime soon. With the recent developments this week, do you think that there might be some football coming on the pike? And, and football family, we want to reiterate again, we're just trying to take away from the negativity of COVID-19, the pandemic. We're not trying to say that football is more important than the pandemic and addressing the current issue, but we're just trying to have a discussion. I know we're talking about stimulus packages here in the U.S. and bailing out companies and, getting people jobs. And that is life itself is more important. But we just want to give you guys a break, hopefully from the daily grind of being inundated with news about COVID-19 for the next hour or so. So, Junior, do you still hold true to your prediction about no football for the foreseeable future, based on the recent development?
There will be no football in the near future. I don't even think football will be starting on time. I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but I've been saying this for a while, and I'm going to say it again. There are a lot of funerals that need to happen in Italy that are not going to happen anytime soon. There's no way we're going to have league games playing while funerals are going on. It's just going to be a bad look. It's going to be a bad humanitarian look. So, no, I don't think there'll be any football. You hear Governor Cuomo come out and say that he's thinking New York is going to take 4 to 9 months before they can even start getting back on their feet. So, no. And I am curious to know what will football look like after this. Because I think, for me personally, I think the world is going to change. So,
yeah.
We'll see.
And come on, you're going to chime in something?
No. I mean, it's sad. I don't want to agree with Junior, but I just have to agree with Junior that this is what's going to happen. He's probably correct. It's going to be rough. Especially as we go back to the salary, especially to players who cannot afford it, who are not getting any money. Because I saw an article that also said that the players in championship, they're going to try and cap their salaries to £6,000 a week. All right. It might sound like a lot to some, but it's probably small to somebody who is making £40,000 a week. Yeah. So for them to cap the salary to £6,000 a week, and then even the ones who aren't making that much. So it's the football landscape is actually going to change. It's not going to be the same. So when it will start back, it's something else. And when I was reading stuff, they're talking about the side effects of this virus is it affects your lungs. So what will happen to some of these athletes if this is what happens to them? What's the aftermath of having it, like a Fellaini, like a Arteta isn't a player anymore, but like for Arteta, for all the athletes, and what's the long-term effect from all of this?
Dybala, it had just got confirmed that Paulo Dybala has the virus. So for somebody so young and looking at the World Cup years coming up, what is
pick up yourself, Reggie. watching us on the Facebook chat Facebook page. Reggie says, way to social distance, guys. See, social distance, someone recognizes the social distance. Send there. Jason Frame, big up yourself. I agree with Junior. None of these major leagues will be completed. But Kofi and the fire pool there. Hush.
I soon start beat them. Don't worry. Jason, I have my belt ready. I soon start. I'm just waiting for the confirmation that the league has been cancelled.
Waiting for the confirmation. But before we talk to Jermaine about some of the other things about the game and his relationship with the game, does this to kind of piggyback on the money question about players, having to take a pay cut, the lower league players, taking $6,000 a week salary, et cetera, et cetera. Some of the lower league clubs may fold. Do you think after this, we will ever address the issue of the have and the have-nots in the sport? And a long-standing issue that we've seen over the years in football is that the rich, just like in society on a whole, the rich gets fatter and the maga gets skinnier. So do you think any of this may force the big boys, the governing body, the FIFA and the UEFA and the FA, to really kind of emphasize more equity and sharing the pie there, so to speak? Jermaine, what's your thought on that?
I really don't think so,
Yeah.
I really don't think so. At the end of the day, they're going to look out for themselves first and see what they lost.
Yeah.
And, by the time it get down to the players that, made little or less to nothing, it's still going to be little or less to nothing because they're going to try to recoup what they lost from their earnings, the TV rights, and all of this stuff that they used to get in before. So I really don't think it's going to change much. One or two persons might say something or a word of it, but it will just be that, a word. There will be no action behind it. And it's sad to say, but that's how I look at it.
Yeah, because we've seen nothing to this magnitude for our generation, but there's been pandemics or, major catastrophic event, and we hope that the leagues have learned in terms of sharing the pie and, it resort back to business as usual after a while. So I think based on the previous data is that that may eventually happen in this situation too. Come on, your thoughts on that? Do you think this is a situation where let's hope the leagues will then share the pie more equitable going forward?
Yes and no.
Come on, internet wants to share the pie too.
No, no, listen, it go and come back. So I don't. It's yes and no. So I think that they will want to make as much money as possible, right? As much profit as possible, and then at the same time, I don't think they want to be caught in a situation like this again. So it's they'll probably put some things in place, some steps in place to protect them from having to do this again. Because I know that some teams have also been releasing non-playing personnel. So I do think that they'll put steps in place to kind of not have this situation again. But they're always going to want to make a profit. That's the whole purpose of having a business. Nobody wants to lose. So yes, in a way, and no, in a way.
Okay. All right.
Can I
moving away from that topic, and come on, I want to get your thoughts on this before we talk to Jermaine. I know you're very emotional about Jamaican football. You live and breathe Jamaican football. But there's a recent development about FIFA having its eye on some structural changes in the JFF. And correct me if I'm wrong, they've somehow taken control or, heavily changed things in the Trinidad Football Association. Is that too much overreach for FIFA here?
Absolutely not.
You're smiling.
I mean, I love it. And the changes need to be in place by December 2020.
But they won't happen now, come on, with the outbreak.
It has to. I mean, this is FIFA. This is not Ricky's friend down the street telling him. This is FIFA telling him that this is what we want. Listen, and they're right. They're talking about separating powers. It's like Congress. You have to separate. You have to have state and you have to have it's separate powers. And I am so glad. And remember, we always talk about representation. Remember, I always tell you, say, I think the voting is flawed, it's screwed, and FIFA agrees. FIFA says that they need more representation from different bodies. Yo, if me love FIFA one more time.
So come on is on cloud nine about this whole because and football family. The news came down recently. I think it's actually this week where FIFA instructed the JFF that they need to see changes and they would like to see change occur at the end of the year. And they've taken charge or heavily asked for huge structural change in Trinidad and Tobago Football Federation also. And what FIFA is saying in a nutshell is that operationally things are not running according to what they would like to see in those federation. Jermaine, do you see this as a happy news? Are you celebrating like come on? Or you think FIFA need to step out of JFF's business and left the local entity? You know, they said governance is always best at the local level. FIFA doesn't know Jamaican football like JFF. Should they stand out among business? Your thoughts?
Well, they said, you know, FIFA doesn't know Jamaica business, but FIFA knows football, right?
Yes, they do.
So
Jamaica don't know football.
Yeah, so you know, don't get me wrong. You know,
yeah.
JFF, you know, we've come a long way, but with the help from FIFA looking into or looking, you know, giving us some type of guidance in regards to the league, I think it's better. It should be better.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think they should step in. I mean, I have no problem with it whatsoever. I think the quality will possibly go up. You know, nothing beats a try but a failure. So just try it. What's wrong with it? Nothing is wrong with trying it. I mean, the league is not where, to me personally, the league is not where it's supposed to be for all these years that it has been playing.
Yes.
I mean, let's be honest with ourselves. The JFF to be honest with themselves as well. To be honest, let's have an honest conversation. Let's sit down around the table and let's have an honest conversation where we can talk to each other, not yell, talk.
Yes.
Okay, Jerry, me like you.
All right.
I'm right.
Yeah. Big up El Pistolero, Franco. El Pistolero family, we didn't see you last week. Hopefully you're doing all right. El Pistolero watching us on Ball Chat Facebook page. He says, I believe once the players are provided are proved healthy, the league will resume, maybe behind closed doors. Yes. I think Southampton president mentioned something along that sort. El Pistolero also says FIFA is going to do what they did in Anguilla. They shut down the Anguillan board and then came in and took over. Dalton Stewart, big up yourself, family. You just reached. Welcome. I hope you got food from Whole Foods, Costco, or whichever supermarket you shopped at, Dalton. And if you need toilet paper, link me. I have a truckload of toilet paper ready to send on. Junior, I know you've been chomping at the bit to talk about this JFF and FIFA coming out with a statement this week about the need for structural change and demanding structural change in the JFF. Talk to me, Junior. You're the engineer. You're probably celebrating like, come on, what?
Well, let me be the devil's advocate right now. And people, everybody that's listening, Sir Isaac Newton, anybody that knows physics, Isaac Newton's third law of motion is for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. Before we start celebrating FIFA stepping into JFF, I think we should look at the precedent that is being set. And also think about when Michel Platini was the president of UEFA. I remember he had a rub with FIFA because he didn't want the overreach, correct?
Yeah.
People out there listen to me carefully. In the CONCACAF region, we see a lot of imbalance that goes on. The Gold Cup, America predominantly hosts the Gold Cup. One year, Mexico share the hosting. And when you really look at the ladders are the games for the Gold Cup, you will realize that America and Mexico will never play against each other unless it is in the final. If FIFA is allowed to get into JFF, United States Soccer Federation, you better get ready because FIFA is coming too. No, we can laugh no, but the women the U.S. women that have been crying for equal pay, don't worry, the world governing body is coming. God, they will step in. This is a precedent that is being set. I am all for it. Let me just put it out there that I'm all for it, but it's a slippery slope because if you let FIFA come in and do what they did to Anguilla, because Jamaica and Anguilla is on two different levels. Jamaica is the biggest nation in the Caribbean for football. Them and Trinidad arguably. Trinidad people don't want to stone me, but it is what it is. So if FIFA can come in now and take over the best team in the Caribbean region, in CARICOM, their next step will be stepping into United States. We don't know what is going on with Mexico. We don't know what the cartel is doing in Mexico. FIFA will step in as well. And Brazil, they are coming. This is a precedent that is being set. So let us be cautious about what we're doing because we've heard Barcelona and Real Madrid say, oh, we don't want to play our La Liga games in America. So guess what we're going to do? We're going to start our own league. What is going to stop America from saying, we don't like FIFA doing this, we can do it all by ourselves? What is going to stop Brazil from saying that? Just like what Platini did when Platini threatened it. So I'm just saying, people, this is a precedent.
That's a stretch. I mean, like, don't hurt yourself right now.
That rubber band stretch far.
Yeah, don't hurt yourself stretching, Junior, because that's just ridiculous.
All right.
You see, I think those football federations, they're doing well on their own. So I don't know what would the reason be for FIFA to step in. Trinidad and Tobago, they were in shambles. In their entire accounts, they had $300,000. They owed $5 million.
Ay, ay, ay.
The same thing is the same thing with Jamaica. Jamaica consistently can't pay their staff, can't pay their bills, can't pay their players, and we're just not moving anywhere. So I am all for it. Don't hurt yourself, no party stretching yourself. But
Come
Mexico,
on.
you ever get Mexico in a trouble?
Come on,
Mexico?
come on, can I ask a question?
Ask
If
me.
the best female team in the world is the United States of America, right?
Mm-hmm.
If these women see that there's a precedent being set where FIFA can overstep the federation, what is stopping the women now from officially filing a complaint with FIFA to come into US Soccer Federation? Where's the precedent? Where can the US Soccer Federation push back now and say, oh, you're not allowed to step in? If FIFA can come into a country and again, I am all for them doing it for Jamaica, but it's just going to take that one time when them overstep them bounds for everybody to say, you know what, maybe this wasn't ultimately a good idea. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but I think it's apples and oranges, and I think it's apples and oranges, and I kind of understand what you're saying, but I think it doesn't apply to the Trinidad and the Jamaica situation.
Why?
And I mean, we'll just see. And as Jermaine says, it's I mean, like, nothing but a trial but a failure. So we will see. Will it improve? Because some of the things that FIFA they are recommending, I commonly recommended those things as well. So I mean, like, if FIFA want to give me a job, that's okay. But what they're doing actually makes sense.
I mean, and like what you said, I mean, with the JFF, you can't go nothing but up, to be honest with me.
True.
Yeah, football family, those views are Junior Pringle, aka Engineer alone. He's home in social isolation, so we have to forgive some of the views. Dalton Stewart said, yes, I did. He found groceries, football family, and toilet paper, so he's good to go. Jason Frame said, again, I agree with Junior, FIFA overreaching. However, I think it was needed to save Jamaica's football. And El Pistolero says that Jack set back Trinidad FA.
I agree.
Jack Warner, the invincible Jack Warner, or the indomitable Jack Warner.
He's still in prison, right? He's still in prison?
He's not in prison. He didn't get extradition.
Oh.
No, I don't think so. I don't.
He wasn't extradited. He fought the extradition he was supposed to be extradited to the U.S. to face charges. He fought them in Trinidad, and them charges, they're gone right now. Don't worry about it.
Well, FIFA is stepping in, you never know.
All right. I know, and even this is a whole nother discussion, but it's a good thing that FIFA is stepping in. The Caribbean Federation, Jeffrey Webb. If Jeffrey Webb is still not in jail, Junior. So Jack Warner isn't. Jeffrey Webb is here in Atlanta. He's on house arrest. Former vice president of FIFA. So and he's paying back some of the money. All right.
Who paid some of the money? Jack Warner was ordered to pay $474 million.
No, Jeffrey Webb, not Jack Warner. Jeffrey Webb.
No, Jack Warner was ordered to pay.
Yeah, I know both of them were ordered to pay, but I know Jeffrey Webb has been making some arrangement and paying back some of the money.
Oh no, Jack Warner bad man. Jack Warner
trying to stay out of jail because Jeffrey Webb lives here in Georgia, so he's really trying to avoid any sort of jail time.
But Jack Warner bad man, him not pay no money.
Well,
I doubt he'll be paying. You're right. I doubt that he'll be paying any money back to anything. I don't.
Yeah, and his sons cut a deal, so I think they also will stay out of jail. But we will see what will happen. But it's good that FIFA or another entity has realized that Jamaican football needs some assistance, and we don't know if this is the assistance that will solve the problem, because we have multitude of problems. But hopefully, this can lead to some sort of solution. And the end date, theoretically, at least on paper, is December of this year. I don't know if with the current pandemic, those measures will be put in place. And come on, do you know what is the penalty if they don't implement those measures?
No, I don't know, but I'm excited.
Don't smile. Come on. Do not smile.
I don't know, but I'm excited to see.
Yeah, and of course, one of the harsh penalties is out there. You do not want to get banished from the association, from FIFA, because then you're not adhering to their criteria. Big up OJ 2002 watching us on Island Sports Network. Hopefully you're surviving well, football family. And as we said, we're taking away the view, the major week discussion is all about the COVID-19 and the impact on our community and our lives and loved ones, all in all. But we're just trying to have a lively and fun discussion about football and just take our break from the impending, thing that's surrounding us, and just take a minute and relax. All right. Talking to Jermaine. Jermaine, I want to talk to you straight and forward, because one of the things that Ball Chat has really kind of been built around is this idea of celebrating and interacting with fans. We're fans of the sport. Some of us have that date and time when we started the sports, when we started loving the sport. And so this is why we have you here. We want to build that relationship with Ball Chat viewers and fans and football lovers anywhere. Where did you become interested in the sport? Did you play the sport? Who is your team you support? And so forth and so forth. So Jermaine, give us some background. I mean, at what stage did you got attracted or fell in love with football? Do you remember?
From as far back as I can remember, being, born in Kingston, Jamaica, Waterhouse to be exact, used to support Waterhouse, going around to the ball field and, watching the older players play. And, I traveled far to go to, prep school. I used to go to prep school. That's where I met the engineer. Know him for over 30 years now. Played for my prep school, and, I always loved the sport. That's one thing. I mean, there's other sports. Of course, Jamaica is known for cricket, the other individual sports, swimming and stuff. But football was one of the main things that brought me and a lot of people as good people together. And that's what the sport is to me, bringing good people together. When you're on the field, it's a different feeling. Like, you take away all the pressures you have outside of and life. You don't think about the bills that you have to pay. This is when I'm older, of course. You forgot the bills that you have to pay, all the necessary worries that come with life itself. But football itself is its own life. When you're on the field, you're only thinking about getting control of that ball and what you have to do next with it. And either you're going to make a spectacular pass or what move you're going to try to we as Jamaicans itself will say, if you bust a man salad, and you want the crowd from the side real, and when you come off the field, man say, yeah man, that little youth you a baller. You have to play with the big man them next time. Yeah. And like I said, I grew up in Waterhouse, and my father used to play, but he used to play with the older men. Yeah. And I used to play with the younger kids, and I got introduced by playing playing soccer or football with the older generation, and learning the game and how it's really played. It's not about shifting and and all of that, and it's not all about that. Yeah. And I just from ever since I remember, love it, played ever since, played on every team, school that I've been to, played on the college level. Mm-hmm. The only level I haven't played is a professional level, which, something that I have to live with. I was past my prime before I knew my prime.
Yeah. I will talk about that in a little bit. But quite an intriguing background. Come on, you have any questions to talk forward with Jermaine, and let's have this engaging discussion about his background in football. And we see Mr. Brown joining us, Deshorn Brown. Welcome, football family. How are you doing?
Oh God.
Yeah man, we're there man. How are things? Bless up.
Blessing man, we're there. I'm on a cold place.
Yo, Jermaine, hold on a second. We're going to talk to Jermaine Samuels. We have Deshorn football family listening to us on Island Sports Network, our Ball Chat YouTube page. We have Deshorn Brown, Bengaluru FC only. University of Mobile, Alabama. Brethren, you score a bag of goals on Alabama there. How you doing, boss?
Good man. Yeah, Yes. Try to survive another virus up now.
Yes. So before we talk back to Jermaine, we're just going to talk to Deshorn because I know your time is limited. You're a busy man and have things to do. Deshorn, how is the pandemic affecting you? And you always love playing the game. How is not playing football affecting you?
It's kind of difficult, but to be honest, right now the India League kind of depend half season, but it kind of stopped me from still doing my half season duty. So it kind of, if the whole football industry, it kind of put a big effect on it, because players I do things in them house, or if they have a local gyms, whatever, just to stay active. So it kind of just make everybody off the grid, not really do much,
Yeah. And so you're juggling toilet paper toilet tissue like the rest of the ballers that we're seeing on TV.
Say watch where them are going, but say certain things me not too kind of associate myself with, although it kind of entertaining. Yeah. Because people are trying just be active, and because the virus that people kind of bored, so them do it. But me not really certain things where social media have to do them. I not really follow up with them things, I just mean it. Me kind of person where lay back and just stay in my own lane and zone and try to socialize in some way. But certain things me love it.
Yes. So football family, we have Deshorn Brown, Bengaluru FC only joining us. Come on, Jermaine and Engineer Junior is also on the chat, part of the Ball Chat family. If you guys have any questions, along with those who are watching us or listening us on YouTube or Facebook, if you have any questions for the professional baller in the building, we have the high school player earlier. So now we have Jermaine still on with us, the high school player. But now we have the professional baller in the building. If you have any questions for the professional baller, send them on. Come on, do you have any questions for Deshorn Brown, Mr. Brown, as we called him back in the day when he used to score a bag of goals?
Hey, Deshorn.
Oh, God.
Thanks for coming on. Listen, so we know you're a family man, right? So how has that changed you? I remember you when you were single and no kids, and you're kind of laid back and fun or whatever. But now that you have kids, now that you have a family, how does that affect, like making decisions, like what clubs you want to go to, like, what do you want to do for the future? What kind of mindset does that put you in?
It's very difficult, because being single, you just have a free roll. You can do whatever you want, you can go wherever you want. But no having family, I make family decision and you know really make it off of your own where you say you're more girl. So it kind of more complicated, you know. You have to pick and choose which country you want to go in, if it's suitable for your family, or if you have to make a sacrifice and go by yourself. So it kind of very difficult. But I have no idea. A footballer we choose for do a job and to make a living off it. So we have to pick and choose and still make sacrifice. Because we see them there, we are in there by myself. I couldn't carry my family because it's very difficult. Mm-hmm. It's not a really healthy country health-wise, and the way them live is kind of difficult for any local pitney under 10-year-olds. But kind of try stay active down like more and get homesick to be honest, but we still try connect with the family. Yeah. But it's very difficult, man.
Okay.
So yeah, piggyback up on that, where you say it's very difficult, Deshorn. Big up yourself. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I know you're saying in the off season right now. So does the club give you like different regimens to do while in these type of situations to keep up your fitness and of course your technical abilities and so on and so forth, or they just leave that up to you or on your own?
Yeah, normally team does that. In America, them do it. When we did in Norway, them do it. But to be honest, in India, I don't know if because them football are grow, them not really have that strategy there. You say, all right, them always send a program for players half season. So now it's like them rely upon you as a professional athlete yourself, for keep yourself in health and good shape for come back for pre-season. So they not give like no program. So me now, I gotta just use my experience over the years when we start play professional and understand the concept of it. So me, I gotta be a very professional myself and try to stay healthy and do the half season work by myself or try get a trainer or if we can train back with some team I've been before. Because the reason why I'm up here in Oklahoma though is because I talk to them before me even reach out. Them say, yeah, I could have trained with the team for a 2 week or so, but because I have virus, I know nobody not really doing it. So I kind of have to do things by myself. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of difficult, But as I said, in India, them football just are good. They don't really gear no off-season program. I mean, I have to do it by myself.
Okay.
So then I have a quick question now for both Jermaine and Deshorn, because Deshorn, you've traveled the world and you've seen places of playing football that I can only dream about. I only know about two type of field, one in America and one in Jamaica. Jermaine, you have played at the collegiate level and you've traveled all over the United States and you've played football with other nationalities, Deshorn without a doubt. Now, I want to know a funny experience from both of you guys. Cause like if we play with a lot of Spanish people, and we as Jamaican, if we see your teammate have the ball and a defender running, we say man on. But if you play with a bag of Spanish people, them stop and say, what are you calling a handball? So I want to know what is a funny or one of the most memorable experience from both of you guys playing on an international level or playing with international players.
Deshorn, you want to go first?
No, go on, man.
All right. I was playing U19 for a club called Brooklyn Italians. And we went to Italy to go play. First time traveling to Europe myself. Trained hard every day from 5 o'clock in the afternoon to about 11 o'clock at night. Every day. Monday, straight back to Sunday. So just going back and forth. Finally get to travel to Italy now. Landing in Milan. And we take one of those propeller planes over to Bologna. Got to Bologna and our first game was against Regina, I'm not sure you pronounce it, but we played against them and it went all right. We held our own. We lost 4-1, but it could have been more. But we were playing Juventus under 17. And keep in mind, we're under 19. So we said, okay, yeah, we're supposed to be able to, So, as Junior said, we have, we talk and a lot of talking goes on in our game. So we came up against Juventus, and I think it's the most quiet team I ever played against. They knew each other like the back of their hands at 17 years old. At that point in time, I know football was over for me at 19 years old. The way these guys play that football, they eat, sleep, and breathe football. That's the difference in the cultures of me being in America, playing with a Brooklyn Italians club team, which is formulated with, American kids and Caribbean kids versus a fully Juventus team. And those guys didn't say one word in 90 minutes. And we lost 7-0.
I beat and teaching again.
Yeah. It was a life-changing experience for me to say, you know what, Jermaine, just start play some Sunday ball in the park, knock it, and just keep yourself quiet. At this point, it's over for you. That was my funny experience.
Yeah. What about you, Deshorn?
The wickedest one we got to out on Spain. We got on there because them kind of show racism in a different way.
Yeah.
And then we have one match. Forgot we're about not Valencia, no La Liga too. After we go to because that team I did kind of them not really them budget wise they don't like spend money. So we dip on the bus. I thought about 122 or driving. Dip on the bus. The only time I experienced I was at college in America. We dip on the bus and go at the game the following week there. Because we let them left about 2 days before. So we didn't know when a game day. I sure think I go start or whatever. I did on the bench. Mr. Goal start score like rain. I say, all right. When me looking at 85 minutes and I see this coach tell me something to go warm up. Like this man think me I want Superman or something I thought about go out there and try to get goal and whatever. I say 85 minutes when you're on a 4-0. Yeah, man. I tell you someone I lick him head, so I go out there, I try the best so I can. The players them them man they will look on you, literally see you in a scoring opportunity, whatever pass to the ball or something. And literally look on you and put them back the head and move you and get an Spanish money.
Yeah.
I didn't think them go through, Till me did I could have do other shit, man. When the game done, me just walk off, man, and go home. Just go in there like nothing else I could have do. I one of the worst experience when I got to as a professional, I think I played on Spain. And that's when me realize them Spanish people and racism and normal.
Yeah.
Deshorn worse than China. So China was a better experience than Spain.
Yeah, one by far. China, me never see one side of racism. The only thing with China, them are communist people. Them try to be first in everything, but them not racist. To me never get that experience down there. So down there, so the youth they want to give the ball because them look on you as a. We don't know if they say we're better than them or whatever, but them always want to play with you. Them know say you can score, but they want to give the ball for you score. That was a big difference. And whereas the coach I did see that, I did clearly see that I coach at China. So I kind of did more comfortable because everything I English speaking, them have a Chinese I translate to them. But when the coach attack me, kind of get the full understanding of everything. Cause, I see that if you don't know Chinese, when I speak English, so the translator can translate to Chinaman.
So reading through reading through some of these comments on our Facebook page, El Pistolero said, from the day I was born, I know myself. I love football from Arnett Gardens, field and dirt and rope around it. From Kevin Wilson playing for Charlie Cement, I love Liverpool. From Linda Della Pena broadcast Liverpool on JBC. Okay, memory lane. And El Pistolero also says, right now I have no big toes. Buck off both on my toes. I'm playing football. And Jermaine Levy, you're late. Big up yourself, football family. I hope you are doing well. Did you find toilet paper, Jermaine? Surviving the pandemic, COVID-19. We're talking to Deshorn Brown and Jermaine Samuels on Ball Chat Podcast. Deshorn Brown currently plays with Bengaluru FC in the Indian Super League. Jermaine Samuels has played at collegiate level. Man play much more ball than the whole of on Ball Chat family. Yo. Deshorn Brown, top goal scorer for all rookies in 2013. 10 goals for the Colorado Rapids. Finished second in the MLS Rookie of the Year voting. Scored one of the third fastest goal in the MLS at the time. But the only question I want to ask you, Deshorn, is this. I mean, when I look at the numbers of goals you scored at the University of Mobile, Alabama, 53 goals in 43 appearances. I mean, come on now. Who were you playing against, man? You know, who were you playing against, football family? That's
another question. Another question you have to ask him. How many goals would he have had if VAR was there? You know, how much outside goal Deshorn scored?
But you were absolutely fantastic at the university level in the first freshman and sophomore year with University of Mobile. Then you went to University of Central Florida 9, scored 13 goals in 16 appearances. Bridget, who you scored them if I go there against, brother?
Once I go score, no matter where you're playing. And it's stats. That's why I appreciate Cristiano, because I'm always talking about stats. If you're going to look down logics on football and goal scoring, it's stats show you. You know, I mean, a man just attack, say, oh, we can do it. Make your numbers talk.
Yes. And a follow-up question to that. Why didn't you go to the MLS after that impressive 2 years at University of Mobile? You went to University of Central Florida, and then after that year at University of Central Florida, you went on to Colorado Rapids. Why didn't you?
The problem is, you never have no connection. Never have no person where push me or anything. People start hear about me, and a couple of agents come watch certain game, and so them start showing me interest and say me can go in a MLS and this and that. But I say, me have to go at a D1 school, because probably then is a NIA school.
Yes, yeah.
So we get the opportunity for transfer to go to UCF. Although other school did show me interest, Akron, South Florida. But me just follow what my heart tell me. Because until all coaches, college coaches catch up in an argument and not deal over it and all these things. Well, any idea, me make my decision. Yeah, because me follow what my heart tell me. I tell myself go there, so I go there, and it has worked out in a way where me gain success for me and reach to where me did want to reach from there.
Yeah, man. So, proud of the efforts, man. Proud of the work and the ability to go a road and make the thing successful. Because not everyone willing to go to a road and do the thing, man. Proud of the eye, you know?
Mm-hmm. Make sacrifice, man.
Yeah, man. Keep the questions coming in, football family. Jermaine Levy says, them panic. I don't know if I supermarket, they panic at buying up all the groceries. Keep the conversation going. So Jermaine, which position did you play at the collegiate level and so through your career?
Center midfielder now. Center of the park. Coach said that's what he was telling me, that I had superior vision of the game. Come on, right? You laugh like
no, Pastor never said sermon no sound good, but continue.
Yeah, so the vision that I had was definitely above the rest. So playing me at that position, I was used to playing forward, but he dropped me back in the midfield and said, "Hey, listen, need you here." So that's where I got the position, and I wouldn't say I mastered it, but I learned a lot by of course watching different midfielders play and what I'm supposed to do, and try to build it into my game. And I think I was pretty successful at my position in the center midfield role.
Yeah. Before we get any more questions, Jermaine Levy on the Ball Chat Facebook page said, by the way, Jermaine Samuels bring to George, I go play a ball before we reach and tell me the man them good. The reach and done the man them. Pierre Wildman. According to Jermaine Levy. So we have to play some ball. Jason Frame said, big up the big striker, DB, goal scoring machine. And Jermaine Levy says, Samuel used to be good, not anymore. The man skills gone. All right. Talk football family. Engineer, what kind of questions you have, man? You're so quiet.
Yeah, I'm there. I try to get the sugar cube ready for go play some ball with the Ansem outside, man.
All right, so if Deshorn, I want to ask you any advice. Well, first and foremost, is there any player that you emulate your game or you try to model your game after, like role models? And then any advice that you have for the next generation of players who look into you, because no, you're an elder in the business, and for both of you guys, I mean, Jermaine, you also play at very high level too. I mean, players that you emulate, and what is your advice and tips for the next generation of players coming down the ranks? Jermaine.
Oh, you want me to go first?
Yeah. Oklahoma, it sounds like the internet sometimes at Oklahoma not so good, Deshorn.
Okay. I don't know if I call that freezy.
Deshorn, you want to go first?
Yeah. Well, as a, like Jogba and them striker, them me admire them kind of retired. Terry Henry, Ronaldo. Them players there.
The real Ronaldo.
Yeah, I'm not talking fake one.
You're not called Messi, aren't you, Deshorn?
Him kind of there, you know, but you talk like players for me like 5-year-old player when I watch World Cup and something. Messi never in another category there. Yeah. So I talk like them striker as a position wise. And them the player that make me want be a striker. Since we start playing. So just watching them, and even when we come in MLS and play against Terry, and it was a dream. If anyone say me admired such a man where gifted with the talent.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So it kinda inspiring for push myself. But with the younger generation, but I say a whole heap of opportunity now easier for them. Because now you have players who are 17-year-old and make how much millions of dollars. So the generation we're in front of it. And who are there come, they have to just push themselves. Because I tell you, football, money night, especially for the younger generation where I come up front, where look upon players in England, you have a 19-year-old and make much millions.
Yeah.
Yeah, because now, once you reach them age and make so much money, you can't even focus on the money. You have to just focus on the game and love the game. Because to me right now, Cristiano Ronaldo and Messi and them Monday and Neymar, I mean, I think I money them a play for them more. They just love the game.
Yeah.
Because the amount of money where they have, you have to love the game. You have certain men have different aspect of it, and you have certain people do it just for your living. Because that's their job.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. But the younger generation, but I say push yourself and the limit. No limit not there. Because sometimes, you know, when me a youth, you know, me never really take certain things serious until now. And I told it. Maybe say too late, but me wish me could have go back the next 10 years with such a maturity and understand the level of football.
Yep.
Me just imagine how much things me could have accomplished and do way better back then. Like in knowledge what me get now, we didn't understand the game and the business side of it.
Yeah.
So a younger generation where I come, them have to just take it serious and not say it's possible or anything. It can happen, man.
Yeah. How about you, Jermaine?
You know, like when I start go to like college and stuff, I mean, the player that, you know, I try idolize my game after is Zidane. I mean, to me, and this is my opinion, it's the best that ever touched a ball.
Man,
to me.
You're foolishness, man.
Very, yeah, I know he was going to say something. That's why I lead with my opinion, right? Because I know he was going to say something. But to me, my opinion, like I said, Zidane, very graceful on the football field, make it look effortless, and the game just comes so easy to him. Great role model up until the last instance that cost him probably the World Player of the Year. But we'll just leave that up to interpretation of everybody else, where he said this and this is already caused that. But me, he will always be my player that I will always. His game, how he handles the ball, he passes everything about his game is just perfect to me. like what Deshorn said in regards to the younger generation, just make sure you love the game. Love the game and learn the game how it's the right way to be played. Like he said before, if he knew things that he knew now back then, he probably would have been a better player. And I agree with him. If I knew what I knew now with my belly in front of me, if I had half the ball knowledge when I had a six-pack when I was in college and have the ball knowledge, trust me, you could have made it a further way. And you have to have self-motivation. A lot of players that we have in Jamaica don't have a lot of self-motivation. That's why the football career stopped at a certain level. Now there's different opportunities in football all over. India, Jamaican players in India, Jamaican players in Sweden. Jamaican players are all over the globe. I never heard of this before. When I was young, I don't look past the English Premier League. I don't see none of those. I didn't hear about none of those leagues, no division, this or division. No. All our mentality was, we want to play in the English league. But we weren't ready for that yet because we didn't know the game, right? So if we learn the game and know that, hey, if you go to this team, you're going to learn something new. You go to this other team, you learn something new, and you probably elevate you to the actual Premier League and where you want to go, your final destination, as I per se. Not every player can jump from a Harbour View to Bolton. You know what I mean?
True.
So the mindset of what we have, we need to change that in the younger players. Like, hey, listen, self-motivation, work hard. Then you can talk about the money. Then you can talk about, you can buy a big car and you can do all of these stuff. But love the game first, learn the game first, and then we can mature with the football itself and you'll be a better player. And sometimes, like I said, if I could turn back the hands of time, trust me, I would, in an instant, turn it back and juggle football from now, from way back then. Start juggling football every day. Camille Parajan football, Peanut Parajan football.
I told what.
Come on, you didn't have anything else as we head home and try to wrap up the show?
Yeah, so now I know why my son loves Deshorn like this. My son always talk about Deshorn as his big brother because Deshorn have him head screwed on his body. And I'm glad for that relationship because sometimes, even though I know the game, some things I can't talk to him about. And he will have Deshorn to talk. So thanks, Deshorn, for always having my kids back. And I always have your back, always support you. And I wish you nothing but success in a football career.
When I look at brother, man, I have good relationship because you can't do big for learn. Even if me do something, I ask him to. Not through me all the time. And it's good for have communication with other players. Because it's a good thing me play the same position. Because enough time, I watch someone highlight them, and if you make an error, I try to tell him, say, brother, say you should do this a little better. He will tell me the same thing. It's like a helping each other to work on the game at the same time. Because even when him there Orange County, him play against them, I see him get some heading chance. I mean, I tell him, say, he must swing too hard. Because the contact of the ball already where I come so fast. You don't need to swing when one cross come. Unless the ball is so slow. But when it come at a pace, you just need to make good contact. You need to swing. So I kind of did I show him that kind of thing. But him help me as well as we tell the same position. So a good youth, man.
Alright, cool. Thanks.
Junior engineer, you have any more questions for the big ballers?
Not question, but I definitely see mentorship and coaching in both your guys' future. Both you guys are very knowledgeable. Like, come on, sir, Deshorn, you have your head screw on your body well, and these are things. This conversation that we have, I wish we could buckle it and give it to the younger players because too many times we're hearing too much things happening with the younger generation. We hear this youth is the next big baller, and then he make a mistake a couple weeks or a couple months later, and then that's it. We don't hear from him again. So, Jeremy and Deshorn, I love. Yeah, go ahead.
Me get what you're saying. I feel me want to put it out there more, but me say you that me kind of low key. Me really I don't really saw people that push out themselves on social media. But you see, like when I'm in my community or if a youth come to me ask me about football, I see when I go you see me on there reason. I see when I try driving at the meeting.
Yeah.
But you understand, especially youth where a Jamaica come go on a certain kind and say my dig over there and you know say yo, another road there alone. Or a whole road there, whichever one you want to choose in it. Come here, I tell you, when I got primary school and high school, I never care about school. Not one time, not even football, I don't care about.
Yeah.
I want to see how things are turn out to be. And, you know, so I want to teach. I never share that story. I want to teach and motivate me, you know, in a one way. You know, say when you go to school, the teacher is supposed to help you, you know. You know, so I states, I got states. I never forget this day till today. Welding class, I go, you know. I got welding class and the teacher, you know. Just imagine as a young man, I try better your future. Your teacher come there and tell you, say, you're not going to come out, you just have to walk through the school and go on the roadside and do this and that. Just imagine your teacher tell you that, you know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The man tell me that, you know, it's funny day, the man tell me, I come like I want a knife, the man take and jaw across my heart, you know,
Yeah.
Yeah, man. And funny tell me that, man, he come like me transfer, me want to thank him every day for what he said to me, because he motivate me. I know, say, even when my guy said to man, see me and he afraid, he don't want to look at me, he like him know. He turn 4. Yeah, man, I go down there, I go watch all high school football and him with there in his stands. And him send people come beg me a drink. In can't face me himself. I know some give him, come in and want me. I don't know if it's going to choke him, but me give him. Come on. Yeah, tell you, brother.
Yeah, but
your teacher break down such a young person. They don't think they're right. So that's what I tell you.
Right. Yeah.
Me sit down with the youth, them and try to motivate them.
Yeah,
Coaching is one of my abilities. You know, I do me be license already. I mean, have it.
Can tell.
Yeah, man, me do it already. I have it, man.
Upliftment is very important for the youth, and definitely, and encouragement, definitely important, vital at that age. Definitely, like him saying, going in community and talk to the youths and both football, very important. I mean, like I said, back in our day, we probably did never have that much. Like him saying, his own teacher, tell him, saying probably not gonna reach nowhere. That, and of course, him take that negativity and turn it into a positive, which is not a lot of, not a lot of people can do that. And I commend him for doing that. And so which part him reach?
Yeah.
Deshorn, how much passport they gone through now? Because you've lived basically everywhere, done everything, visited everywhere.
It's about 3. I'm on a third one now. I have to get a new one again.
But we have a question. We have a question for you still. And regarding the stats thing, Deshorn, I mean, come on.
Yeah.
As a Mannings man, graduate from Mannings, I didn't expect better from stats too.
Yeah.
That's what stats teachers them still, man. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Well, man, that man still don't be a teach. I don't know if he learn. I used to try break other young
youth.
But because you tell the truth, and everybody's strong. I take it away every turn. Probably you say something to another youth and the youth just give up on school and say, I want to go and the man go take up in our night start.
This is true. But more actually, Deshorn, where is the Messi selfie, brethren? Because I remember one game where I get the Messi selfie and the Messi selfie stay. It frame?
Yeah, man, I frame and put up in my mother's house. Because I be the house of my mother, so I kind of have it there, I mean, we have a jersey, because we got Barcelona on a training program in 2013. Okay. Yeah, man.
Because I remember that game, one man, I get himself. But,
I want to tell you, a whole heap of backlash me get for that picture there,
Yeah, because somebody that beat you say, put ball above you, like, the man that just regular ball.
The man above me. The man 3 million miles above me. Me did half of that man way right now, but all right.
But me would very much rather play and watch you play than Messi still,
No, I understand, because whatever you yard man, you have to feel proud because it's another yard man. But at the same time, you have to feel proud to say a yard man play against such a well-known, talented person where we win. The only thing the man win our World Cup,
Yeah, I'm not wrong here, my youth. Take the picture, yeah.
And people make it look like, say, me play with the phone. I don't play with the phone. The coach sub me. The man take me off Yo, brother, if you tell the whole God Almighty truth. Me not even did that thing, but nothing say this is going to go viral.
Yeah.
It's true, me just fear you where I grew up and watch them when I play Champions League and play World Cup, all of them something.
Yeah.
Me never picture myself up on a field with this man.
Yeah.
Tell the truth. So me didn't know. I say, yo, I come on 5 feet and me go to Barcelona. I say, yo, I want a picture with the man. And me just take up the phone.
Yeah.
And me go there because I know how you think of the people bomb rush and go quick. So me go and I ask the man for a picture. The man not say no, the man not even do anything. Me take the picture. It's just that because the camera them they run and everything now, people make it look. The man never really take it as now.
Yeah.
You know when him get mad now, I went and the older player them where run me even Jamaica player them you know. When them see me have a phone, them know hold on and feed them favorite ball and I say, yo, take a picture for me. You know what picture me send looking at that ball. Brother, you know what picture me send when me take with feed them ball and send it go give them. Poor me need to put up all them things and say, all right, don't want to bash me, look on them man.
Yeah.
What I go do with them? And at them see man ask me if take a picture with them.
Yeah.
As me tell you, it's true me I just low key, me really make certain things better. Because I don't go on social media too much now. As much as me have you know.
Yeah.
I want too much negative out there in the world with him. When I wickedest thing right now in social media, I have no idea with it.
Yeah, man, that's your real talk. And one other question I have for you, guys, it's not often I ever talk to professional footballers. In the semi-final game against ATK recently for the Bengaluru FC, you scored the winner in the first leg. You lost the tie 3-2, but Kevin Frater missed a sitter that could have probably been decisive in that game. Have you trying to take Kevin under your wing? You guys both at the same team and guide him, because I hear the mentorship talk in your voice and the role that you play in helping younger players, but it's almost like you're doing the same thing with Kevin now. Is that the case?
Yeah, I never really know him until I play against him in USA, but I never had that chemistry or talking or whatever.
Yeah.
When him didn't know certain things, I see him, what I do, I try to correct him.
Yeah.
Even in a training, if we had a shooting drill, I say, brother, you should have do this or that. He will tell me to, you can't say you can't too big for learn.
Yes.
But the thing when we find out, him not like play with him back against the goal.
Yes.
Him like face you. He rather go at you. Him not like hold up the ball or turn or something. So I say, brother, if the man want to play today, you have to try to work your way within it.
Yeah.
Even though it's such a short period of time. Because his season did almost done. Because when him come down, them just sign him for 1 month.
Yeah.
And just a 1 month. But at the same time, I say, brother, opportunity there. So even if them man no think for sign you back, other team and what, so try push yourself, but you can then we re-sign up or you can get to another team.
Yeah.
You see him sit there, you know.
Yeah.
If you tell the truth, me a striker to me, it could have happened to me.
Yeah.
The greatest thing that he shot the dip on target, the keeper come big, you can't kill.
Yes, the keeper made himself big, yeah.
So as a coach now, the coach not really happy with it. Every coach ever expects sending striker for scoring, especially in a moments like that.
Yeah. It was a chance to go to the final, so I figured they were.
So you know, so them got Jill in the area that say, yo, them you can't. If I did the second game I season or whatever, them take it as nothing but at that moment. Where's a Spanish coach? Let me tell you how them on the time Asian days. They kind of show the negative side of them and bad face. Come up on the bench when him take me off, you know, I did them, I listen to them. Can I tell you the truth, more while me not speak their language, but it's true when they're on a language, there's certain things you pick up on it.
Yeah.
And then some things at the end of that say, you know, I'm not nice.
Yeah.
But to me did I say, I'm not even want to tell you this, because I ain't idea the game done, you can't even do nothing.
Yeah.
Them bash him for him. And me I say, I see where they could have do it to me, because I say, I'm a Jamaican too, and I could have get a chance to.
Mm-hmm.
If they kick you over no goalkeeper, then you could have said, but he dip on target.
Yeah.
And I say, you're not going to score every single goal, and a goalkeeper will turn up big certain days. You are going to turn up big and score a big goal. A circulation of a football, now you can't get the final. But as I say, just the moment. Because if him score, if you tell you with their final, would I even win the final? You never know.
Yep. Sure. Real talk. Great stuff. Football family really appreciate Jermaine Samuels joining us and Deshorn Brown. Thank you guys so much for joining us on this Ball Chat platform, a chance where we interact with people and talk about the sport that we love. You know, we have this current situation now with this pandemic. Any final words to the general public listening to us? Any final words, parting words? These are difficult times for a lot of families. What's the final say to them, those who are listening to us on YouTube and Facebook? Jermaine, what do you have to say?
Well, definitely my thing is just not to panic and just hope for the best. I know football brings us all together, but we should always stay together for our families and just make sure everybody stay healthy. You know, adhere to the laws of, you know, to just keep yourself separate, not just for the elderly, but for your own family inside your house. That's definitely number one thing, priority. And just go and watch some of the great games that we used to watch back in the day that bring us joy, because you might see something in the game that you never see before.
Yeah.
So there's nothing wrong with pulling out the VHS and blow it off, or the DVD, wherever you record it on, and just take in a couple of games, you know, with your family and stuff, and enjoy this time instead of worrying and panicking about the situation. And it would all come back in full circle where the leagues them come back in full force. Hopefully the quality is still there. Hopefully nobody not getting a big belly and come be like a Sunday morning game on TV. But, you know, definitely we're going to get through it.
Yeah. How about you, Deshorn?
Yeah, man. I mean, positivity in my speaking. So you just have to stay positive and just not wrap your mind with the task of what going to realize, you know, because what going on, we can't control. You have to just try keep each other company, and as I say, you can watch back some all time game where you know exciting and all them thing there. But me, I knew I kind of watch and I was still, you know. Tell you the truth. As much as I love football, I watch it and say, I get tired right there a while. But
yeah.
I kind of watch NBC and CNN, you know. I watch the president that talk something and try hear what is what. But
yes.
Everybody had their own opinion about what they want. But I kind of knew be tuned into a morning time and I take a while. I do some core work or something, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Come on, any final words, good news for us? You know, love your family. Wrap it up for us. Come on, any good news? Here's that I heard that Chelsea's trying to help in the pandemic. You know, any good news?
Yeah, Chelsea is giving
Don't touch your face. Come on.
Oh, sorry. Oh God. Hey, it's like my hands are kids. They tell don't do something and they want
to touch your face. That's one of the guidelines.
I'm not gonna touch my face. So Chelsea giving up a building to house you know, some
NHS staff,
which is so it's that's a good thing. Manchester City and Man U they're donating money. I think it's 100,000 pounds that they're giving up. So, you know, it's kind of scary when you listen to all the news. And then I went and I watched Contagion after you told me not to watch it. So I watched it. And even more scary is that, you know, I'm in Germany with Mikey and my son is home with my husband and my dog. And now it's like, you know, the flights are being canceled. I have work to go back to. So it's kind of, you know, I don't know what's happening. And now even Merkel now is in quarantine and the numbers over here are rising. But the good thing is I don't see anybody panicking. There's food on the shelf. You know, so my biggest task is not to get Michael fat, because I never know my son can eat like one can eat.
But I can consume, man. I mean, but I'm consuming. You much calories you burn per. I don't want to talk per second, guy. You're speaking normal.
Absolutely. Junior engineer, any final parting words, Virgin?
I am just waiting to see what the Premier League is going to do for Liverpool fans so I can have my fun with them. Because I can't wait till they cancel the league.
Yo, man, you make your money go jump off a cliff, you know, sir. Yo, see the man them last one hope already, you know. The man they don't get a gold trophy and they turn in a silver, you know. Yeah, we know.
Right now turn that eat, right now turn that eat and milk chimney.
Show final comments. Jermaine Levy said Junior Samuels a madman as it relates to the Zidane comment, saying that Zidane is his best player. That's what Jermaine Levy said. He's a madman. Jermaine says he's watching all World Cup games as well. Jerson Frame said, so we now mentioned the 85 million bid for Leon Bailey.
85.
Listen, can we stop spreading propaganda by Pupa?
Because Chavas, you can't sell it up, especially at that time.
Especially at them time, you're for real.
Hey, if it was any other team but Chelsea, I would say maybe, but not Chelsea.
85 million and holding. Allegedly. All right, football family, thank you guys so much. It was fascinating. Deshorn Brown, Bengaluru FC own, Jermaine Samuels, Waterhouse, born and grew up, play collegiate level football. Thank you guys so much for joining us, man. I really respect. I wish you guys all the success in your endeavors, man, and chart your road, because ultimately you guys are the ones who go out the road and pave the way for the next generation to come behind you, and you guys laying the foundation. So I want to big you up, Deshorn Brown, because man, Ghana, even DC United you play for, I can't even imagine that. I mean, as an Atlanta United fan, that will tolerate it. But
the chat, man.
Yeah, you have to chat the road. So
I know
as we wrap up our show.
Go overseas,
Yeah, you were saying?
I know for Jamaica, them ball them free to go overseas, there's America, they want that.
Yes, this is true. So I really appreciate the man chatting road. You have to go out the road and make it. Ball Chat family, you can link us and connect with us on social media. Ball Chat podcast on Instagram, Ball Chat 1 on Twitter, Ball Chat on Facebook. You can email us at ballchatpodcast@gmail.com. The show is available on audio platform on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, iHeartRadio. Remember, family, take care of yourself, follow the guidelines. Don't touch your face, come on. Do not touch your face. Later, family, stay safe.
Bless it.
Yeah, bless.